Raven Elise TV.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven and it's Wow African Wednesday, so it's time for a new hair video. Two things I wanted to address before I get into this video all about closures. First thing is I am sorry for my absence on YouTube. I know my uploading has been kind of irregular and I haven't been posting videos and you guys are like, where are you? I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a senior in college and graduation is coming up in about 6 weeks. I graduate in May, and so schoolwork is kind of taking a toll on me and I'm getting real crazy busy with all the traveling and stuff that I've been doing lately. So I've kind of just been super busy and stressed out. So that is the reason why I have not been as active on YouTube as I normally am. But have no fear, as soon as I graduate in May, my full attention will be going to YouTube. So you can be looking forward to that. Second thing is, yes, my hair looks different because it is lighter. This is my natural hair. So I had my friend Ella lighten it for me and cut it for me. If you want to see the full look of it, you can check out my Instagram to see a good picture of how it looks. I have it up today because it was really hot and I was running errands and stuff like that. This is not the final color that I'm going for. I'm just lightening my hair in steps so that my hair doesn't break off. But you guys will just have to stay tuned for the final color. So I will make a video about this natural hair look, so stay tuned for that. But this video is for Wow African Wednesday. So Wow African sent me 3 different types of closures to show you guys, and I thought I should make a video all about closures, giving you all the basic information on the different types of closures, what they are, what they're used for, how you use them, and everything like that. So if you are new to wigs or weaves, this video should be helpful for you in terms of closures. So like I said, they sent me 3 different types of closures. They offer more than 3 different types on their website. If you go to WowAfrican.com, you will see that they have a large selection of just a ton of things on there, whatever you need. But these are just kind of their 3 basic kinds just to give you an idea. So for starters, a closure just looks like this. It is a piece of lace fabric, which is just a netted, transparent, nude colored fabric in which a whole bunch of millions of strands of hair are tied on one by one, and it creates a human-like appearance from the right side, which looks like a part in your hair. And this is the piece that goes on the top front of your hair whenever you do a DIY wig or a sew-in. So the idea behind a closure is to prevent you from having to have any of your real hair left out on top of your weaves, or to prevent you from having to make a U-part wig or anything like that. You can have a full wig, you can have a full weave with none of your real hair out, and really fully protect your natural hair and protect your edges and stuff like that. All of Wow African's closures are made out of virgin Brazilian human hair, so it's really nice hair. Real silky, shiny, and healthy looking, tangle free, and they do not shed. So their number 1 basic type of closure is just this one, which is called the middle part closure, and this is in the straight hair texture and 12-inch length. You can get your closures in whatever hair texture you need to match your weave. So if you have a curly weave, you can definitely get a curly closure. You can just find that option on their website. This is just a basic straight one, and this is the middle part closure, obviously because the part is placed down the middle. Now the cool thing about these closures is that the part that they give you is not the part that you have to stick with. You can definitely customize your closures completely. If you don't like your part to go straight down the middle, that's okay. You can take your comb and part the hair wherever you want because it looks the same all over the closure. It's kind of hard for me to show you just holding it up like this, but just how it's parted down the middle, you can part it anywhere along this whole thing. You can part it diagonally, you can part it in kind of a curve if you prefer it like that. And there's 2 ways that you can make your part stick like that, because once they kind of have it smushed down into a middle part, it can be kind of hard to make it stay in a side part. So what I like to do is either wet the hair, part it, then dry the hair with a blow dryer, and that helps it stay how I want it, or part the hair, hairspray it, and use a flat iron to kind of flat iron it into place, just to make the hairs lay down in the new part that I want it to be in. So definitely try either of those methods out if you are customizing your part on your closure. Or you can get their 3-part closure, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically the same thing as the one I just showed you, except this one comes with 3 parts already built in. It comes with a middle part, a right side part, and a left side part. So it just gives you 3 different options already built in, where they kind of have left some space for you to have those 3 parting options. So once again, even with this one, you can still customize it. You can still totally switch it up, but it just makes it easier to kind of have the hair pre-trained in those directions, just to make it a little bit easier to have that versatility. But honestly, you don't need to get this one. You can make this one out of the original one if you want to. So a few things that you'll notice about a lace closure is that it is made with this transparent netted material, and it has a little piece of extra material hanging off the front of it right here. So when you wear the closure, you definitely want to cut this extra piece off, but they give you that extra piece so that you can customize your hairline. This is the part that's going to be on your hairline. So if you want a completely straight hairline, you can just cut this piece straight off. If you want a more natural looking hairline that matches your natural hairline, you can cut it off however you want. Make it a little more jagged, a little more wiggly, whatever suits you, but that's just so that you can customize your hairline right there. Also, you'll notice that if I put this closure against my hand, it shows the color of my skin from underneath, and it goes for the same thing on your head. If you have your natural hair parted and you line up the part with that, it's going to show your natural scalp underneath. If you're putting it on top of your hair, it's going to show your hair color underneath, or your wig cap underneath, or whatever you have underneath, it's going to show through. So if you want it to look like your scalp, you want to make sure that it's the same color as your scalp. So either wear a nude wig cap, or have your hair parted properly and line it up, or go in with a little flat brush like this and some concealer that is the same color as your part, or some foundation or some powder makeup, and go in and paint that color in to make it the same color as your natural scalp so that it blends in seamlessly. If the transparency bothers you, you can go for a silk based closure, and this one is different than the first 2 that I just showed you because this one has a piece of silk fabric sewn in, built into the lace closure, so that it gives you that nude look no matter what. This closure is not transparent because of the fabric that's built in. So it gives you that nude look no matter what you have behind it, and you don't necessarily have to worry about lining it up or putting makeup on it or any of that stuff that I just said. That piece of fabric in there kind of does all the work for you to make it look like your natural scalp. Some people with darker complexions may not prefer this silk based closure because it does come in kind of a universal scalp color, which is kind of a light beige color, and if you have a darker complexion, that might not match for you. So you might just want to go for a standard lace closure and go ahead and put your own makeup in there to just kind of customize it for yourself. But if you are okay with this standard beige color, the silk based closure might be really helpful for you, just to kind of delete some of the steps out of the process. And just like the other closures, it still comes with that excess piece of lace around the hairline so that you can customize the hairline and everything like that. So whether you are going to purchase a closure in order to make your own DIY wig, or you're going to be doing a full sew-in with a closure, these WowAfrican closures are great. They cost anywhere from $50 to $60 each, and they come with tons of different options in terms of hair texture and silk base and lace and stuff like that. So these are great and definitely very customizable to get the look that you want. Closures are also great for dyeing hair if you don't want to dye your natural hair and dye your leave out and you're going for a funky color. Let's say you wanted to go for a blonde look or a purple look. You can make a full sew-in or a full wig using a closure and just dye your closure have that on top, and you don't need to dye any of your real hair. So closures are really great for their protective properties. Like I said, you don't need to have any of your real hair left out. So that helps with reducing heat damage on your real hair. You're not having to straighten your leave out. You're not having to dye your leave out, put products on it, anything like that. All of your hair is nice and protected underneath, and you just have your closure do the work for you on top. And these are a lot easier to install and use than you may think. If you're making a DIY wig, you just leave space at the top and sew it on. If you want to see a detailed tutorial on how to make a DIY wig using a closure, I have a video on that, and I will link it down below, so you can just watch my full tutorial on how to make a wig using a closure. Also, if you're going to do a full sew-in, it's the same idea. You do your cornrows as usual, you sew your tracks on as usual, you just leave space at the top and sew your closure on. Make sure you're lining it up with your hairline. You might even want to push it back a little bit to show some of your real part, to kind of just make it look more natural. There's lots of little tips and tricks that you can do to make your closure look natural. And if you watch some of my old lace front tutorials, you'll see some of my tips and tricks. So definitely check the description box for any links that I put to any of my previous videos that could help you out. But yeah, closures are awesome. I like them. Some people are scared of them because they think it's not going to look natural or it's going to be too hard to use. But trust me, they are a lot easier to use, and you can make them look really, really natural. So I definitely recommend it. So hopefully this video answered some of your basic questions about closures. If you have any more questions about closures, definitely leave your comments down below, and I will answer as many of them as I can. Also, check out WowAfrican and just browse around. That can answer some of your questions too. I'll put the link to WowAfrican.com in the description as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!